Hey guys, welcome back. It's for Tara's Films and
Down to 18, what is going on?
The Amazing Race Canada, Season 7, Episode number 3.
It's number 3.
Well, our teams are departing Revelstoke and they are heading to Edmonton, Alberta.
So, leaving number 1 is Arthi and Tanesh. It's nice to see that they were able to get out the block first, and then right behind them was Dave and Irina. There was 2 flights. The first 2 teams to get there would get the first flight.
Right.
Everyone else would have to get the next flight
2.5 hours later.
So that basically, like we were saying, would give them almost
3-hour
lead.
Which, I mean, with some of the challenges were a little bit challenging. So, I mean, it kind of helped to keep them ahead of the pack, really.
And,
and they pretty much stayed there.
Oh, yeah. And thanks to Cliff, they all got to have those cereal bars to get them energized for their this leg of the race.
Methinks they're a sponsor.
Okay, let's kick this sucker off. So, as we said, they departed.
And went to Edmonton. And got their first flight.
Which was at the Source.
Yes, at, I believe, West Edmonton Mall. Which is the largest mall in Canada. You didn't get to see much of it, though, but it's actually the largest mall in Canada. It's very big. Check it out online.
The sucker's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
there's even an amusement park with a roller coaster in it, which would have been cool if they'd actually shown that on the show, which they did not. But
we digress.
Check it out online. It's really cool.
So, okay, here's the kicker. All the teams got to wear the new Samsung fitness tracker.
For the duration of the leg.
For the leg.
Yeah.
And the team that had the lowest number of steps in completing...
Or 5,000 or something like that. The lowest number, anyway.
They got a $5,000 gift card for the Source. Now, talk about putting...
It was funny when they got there, because the Nash starts walking like this big, huge steps. Like, that's... You just can't do that through the whole leg. Sorry.
Sorry. If I was in a race with you and I saw you doing that, I'd smoke you for sure. Oh, okay, so this is the leg where they find out about the double one-way.
Yes.
Now, the idea of...
Which they got in a streetcar.
Yes. Which was kind of classy. The idea of the double one-way is you could anonymously choose who you were going to one-way and choose what detour they could do.
And they can't change.
So
they have to stick with that detour.
Which sucks.
The detours, this one, was one. They had to go, and it was like a dance.
Celebrate, which was, it was with the youth choir.
Right.
And they had to sing and dance.
Yeah. And they're like an award-winning choir, too. And so they had to do that, or elevate, which was they had to put together 2 puzzles. And they had to go up and down this funicular. And one puzzle up at the top, and one puzzle was down at the bottom. And all the pieces were kind of mixed up between the 2 puzzles. So they had to actually figure out which pieces went to which puzzle. So Arthi, Anthanash, and Dave and Irina chose not to one-way anybody, and they both chose the puzzle. Actually, most teams chose the puzzle. Willingly.
Yeah. David kind of let fly this, we'll let the peasants fight for last place.
Well, because right now, they're like, in the beginning, they're on the first flight, so there's really nobody they really have to fight against kind of thing. And actually, most teams did not one way, only 2 did, and they were at the back of the pack, basically.
So, okay, the next flight arrives, and the next team to arrive at the streetcar was Anthony and James, our Indigenous couple.
And they're actually wearing skirts because with the traditional colors to honor missing and murdered Indigenous women.
And they had an advantage. They're both from Edmonton.
Right. So, yeah, they know the city.
So he's like...
That helps.
He's like, we know all the back ways. We know the shortcuts. Yeah.
It helps when you know the city.
Exactly. So, okay, they chose not to punish anyone. But Lauren and Joanne show up and go, yeah, we got it.
Well, because there's only a couple teams behind them.
So they utilize the one-way and target Trish and Amy, the moms.
And they make them go to celebrate the dancing and the singing.
Now.
And they went to... did they go to the puzzle? Did they go to the dancing?
Lauren and Joanne?
Mm-hmm.
I think they went to...
I believe they went to the puzzle.
They went to the puzzle. The next ones that Sarah and Sam, who picked Elevate, one-wayed Sean and Giles to do Celebrate as well.
Yeah.
Now, the kicker is...
There was one other team who did Celebrate. I believe it was the twins. Megan?
Megan and Marie.
They also chose Celebrate because they said they know how to dance and sing. Yeah. And they actually did it within like
two tries.
It was really, they're pretty quick.
So basically, it caught the moms off guard because one of them
Same with Giles and Sean.
Because one of the moms is hearing impaired.
Right.
And so she
was worried about being able to understand or hear the lyrics, but actually she learned the lyrics pretty well. It was actually the dance steps that gave them a bit of problems. So, but it took them a few tries.
Yeah,
but they did get it. They did get it. And then, same with Giles and Sean. It was a little difficult for them to especially the grandfather, Giles. And
he has no rhythm.
At first, it was a bit of both. They had trouble with both the lyrics, and then catching, because he had to do it in a specific way too. It wasn't just the lyrics; it was actually how he sang it too.
Yeah, the cadence.
Yeah, and the timing, and then the dancing was a bit off, so it took them a little bit longer. So they actually started to fall further behind, and they actually got there, I believe, last too. Yeah.
So once you finished, once the racers finished picture, their next clue was to send them to an antique mall.
Right.
Where they had to find John.
And that's all they told them.
That's all they told them.
John. So they weren't sure exactly what. So one team thought it was John Lennon. And there was like a post with John Lennon.
John Cena.
Like one in a magazine. And so that's not John. They meant John Montgomery in a bobblehead form.
And it's a 27,000 square foot building.
It's quite big.
It was huge, packed from top to bottom, left to right, of stuff. Yeah. And
a couple of them found them pretty quick. Other ones, because I think it was Megan and Marie got there before other teams, and they actually left after teams who got there after them because they were having trouble finding.
John. Well, Dave and Irina found John's bobblehead first.
Quickly, yeah. And then Arthie and Thanesh, not too long after them, really. They were really pretty much on each other's heels, pretty much the whole way.
They were they were dogging each other from right off this gate. So then it was Anthony and James, and Lauren and Joanne were close behind.
Mm-hmm.
So once they left this antique mall, they were sent to, I hope I can pronounce this, the Kurimoto Japanese garden located in the Ozawa Pavilion. This is where things get interesting.
They had to do an actual arrangement with flowers, exactly how the master was doing it.
But there was no talking from the master.
They just had to watch what it did.
And
it took a couple of them a little while. Like, obviously, Arthie and Thanesh got there, and Dave and Irina got there first, and Irina did it, and I believe Thanesh did it.
Yes.
And at first, they weren't figuring out what they were doing wrong, because it had to be completely clean. Their area had to be clean.
Flowers couldn't touch.
And the flowers couldn't touch, and that's mostly what they were doing wrong, is either it was messy, or the flowers were touching. So, that's what was... with Irene, what was like stymieing her basically. And so then she gets up and goes over to the master and really has a look at what he did. And he's like, oh, it's the flowers they can't touch.
Yeah.
So she went back and redid it. And then she got her thing. And then the Nash was like, look at what you do.
What's going on?
So it wasn't actually long after, really. At least that's how the show makes it look like, that they went, Arthie and the Nash followed them.
So while this was going on, Anthony, Sarah, and Lauren all arrived at the same time.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
They were
all
bunched up
together.
And then, so Anthony went in to do this task.
And the others are sitting outside chatting.
Amy and but what's funny is they're like check, and they're like, no, sorry, do it again. And then the camera guy is showing what they missed,
what they're doing wrong.
Amy had one little tiny leaf under the pot.
At first it was
the entire table.
It was all clippings and the flowers she didn't use. And so she's like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And then she realizes she's looking again. Oh, because she sees the master table cleaning it. And there's, I'm so stupid. And she takes out all the flowers. So around. There's this little tiny leaf behind where she would see it.
Yeah.
In front of the flowers. And she didn't see it. So, of course, it's still wrong. So she's still wondering what's wrong. And then eventually finds it. But
see, that's I think that's the problem with a lot of people. You don't really pay attention to all the detail,
And you really have to. I mean, especially when it's a replication type challenge like this. You
exactly.
Really have to pay attention to every single thing, from the cleanliness to the position of the flowers to, or whatever it might be, to the position of the tools, whatever. I mean, because even the tiniest thing, nope, that's not it. Gotta do it again.
And so, Giles had the same issue, and it was all.
They all pretty much
all did.
That's similar. Some didn't do as bad as others because they were watching and then looking at what other ones had done, the ones who got the next clue, and watching what the master did. So it wasn't as some of them didn't seem to take as long as others, and then others just couldn't figure out what it was that the other ones had done and what they were doing wrong.
So, okay, this leg's pit stop was at the Aga Khan Garden, which is a replica of an Islamic site. Beautiful. Where the real John is. Not Bobble John. Real John. So, Dave and Irina landed on the mat first, and they won a trip to Casablanca, Morocco.
Yep.
Arthie International right behind them. And
Giles and Sean came in last and were eliminated.
So this is basically how the teams clicked in. Dave and Irina, as we said, was team 1. Arthie International 2. Anthony and James, the Indigenous couple, were in 3. Lauren and Joanne 4. Sarah and Sam 5. Megan and Marie 6. Trish and Amy 7. And Sean, as we said, Sean and Giles were sadly eliminated.
And then we found out who won the Samsung or the
Source gift card.
Source gift card,
which was Lauren and Joanne. Plus, everyone got to keep the fitness tracker. Now, while all this is going on, the moms are like, "Did you one way us?"
No, they're trying to figure out who one-wayed.
They got an idea.
They have an idea of who did. I think they're right. I think they're right of who one-wayed them.
Well, because you look at the stink eyes she threw them, when they won.
I don't think Sean and Giles really cared, or they didn't seem to actually wonder who did it, who had done it. But the moms, they said they really wanted to know, and they said they're going to get back at them.
Oh,
they have an idea of who did it, and they said they're going to get back at them.
So it should be interesting.
It should be an interesting next leg. We'll see.
Drama. Shade. Oh.
That's the way it is when it's a competition like this.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And of course, Dave and Irina are still, their heads get bigger every leg that goes by. They're like, oh, we won two now and came in second one, so it's still really early in the race.
I'm sorry,
so
Dave is like
anything
this.
can happen.
Dave is walking around like this now.
Well, see, the thing is, we've seen other really strong teams where something goes wrong at a subsequent leg, especially when they've gone international, which they have yet to do yet. But whether or not they will this time, we're not sure. They have but not every season they do.
No.
So, and that's sometimes when they run into trouble. So we'll see. We'll see. They might remain strong. They might remain at the beginning of the top of the pack, or something could go awry.
Or they might flame out and crash and burn.
You've seen it before. It's happened before. I mean, look, even the Afghanimals, who were a strong team,
couldn't get it together.
They couldn't get it together.
Not
and there's other from the U.S. version. I mean, there's other.
Oh yeah.
Other times we've seen that too. So I mean, who knows? You never. The problem is never get too cocky and never get too confident. Like, yes, be confident, I guess, in your ability, but never get cocky, because that's when you'll make mistakes, especially on a race like this.
Yeah, every dog has its day.
Oh, you bet. And you've got other good teams. Arthi and Finesse are proving to be strong, and even those that are somewhat in the back. I mean, even third, fourth. It's not that far. I mean, they're actually not that far behind them. So.
And all it takes, like you said, all it takes is one mistake for the whole thing to shift.
Getting lost once. I mean, that happened. The one team on the last legs, they got lost. It went the wrong way. I mean, anything like that can happen.
Exactly.
Or a flight delay. I mean, anything can happen. So never take things for granted when you're playing this game.
No.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when we upload every time Amazing Race Canada airs. Also do other reality shows, both Canadian and American. So check them out too if you're interested.
We gotta go now?
We do, for this week.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you next time. Bye.